Morning, I'm just sat in the car park now. I've just finished in the gym and I'm waiting for Sarah to come out. I think her class was a bit longer than mine. There's not a lot really to show you the first part of today. I think it's going to be quite mundane, housey stuff, shopping and all those sort of boring things that we have to do. But this afternoon, after we pick the kids up, we're off to the beach. We're going to take that kayak with us again and hopefully have some fun there. And I also want to talk to you about today about smart chargers and kind of the future and how, you know, this kind of EV revolution that seems to be picking up speed now. If we all end up in one neighborhood with EVs on every driveway, how's that going to affect the grid, and is it really sustainable? Right, that's all the boring household jobs done for the day. We're now heading over to get the kayak out. We've decided we're not going to go to the beach as such. We're just round the corner. There's a place called Muddyford, which is effectively the entry exit of Christchurch Harbour, and there's a nice little sheltered area there and a place where you can set up and we can have dinner there and bits and pieces. So we're heading over there now. I'm not going to do too much talking because I can see the bracket in this car. I'm not in my Leaf at the moment. The bracket in this car is rubbish and it's wobbling all over the place, and I'm probably making you motion sick. So I'll speak to you again in a bit. Nice. What have you got? Yours nice? Is it tricky? Right, and we're off. You going to do some rowing? Very stupidly, I got here and forgot all the oars. So thankfully, a mate lives nearby, so we've managed to get a single oar, which isn't going to get us far. But it's good fun and whatever. And what a stunning evening. Bye! Bon voyage! There you go, now you're working together as a team, look. Well, now they're hunting for pirates and we're heading towards, where are we heading? Rocky Island? Yeah, Rocky Island. To Rocky Island. And then gives me a chance just to start talking to you a little bit about where we're going with all these new EVs that are going to suddenly start appearing. Oh, steady, Thomas. Bit free with that oar. Steady, 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 steady. Keep it in the water. So it seems like every week now there's another big manufacturer telling us how they're releasing either a whole lineup of EVs or a single one, and it's not going to be long before
we're getting into deeper
go the wrong way again. It's not going to be long before we're in a position where whole streets of people are going to have EVs. Now that obviously is brilliant. This is what we want, but how's the infrastructure, the local infrastructure, going to cope with that? I don't want to let go. You'll disappear off to France. Because you imagine everybody coming home from work at 5 o'clock, plugging in at the same time and trying to charge up. It's going to bring the whole thing to its knees. So we need to think short to medium term about how we're going to overcome that. Now the government have just announced that they're going to put a lot of money into a scheme about
Daddy, over there, is it France?
Yeah, that's France.
Is it really?
It's not. Yeah, that island.
We're heading off to France.
Yeah, the government have said they're going to look at how we can use smart charging.
Bye, Uncle Neil.
And
we'll see you at France.
And part of that smart charging is how we can use the batteries in our current EVs to put power back into the grid.
Flying into shore.
Right. Oh no, hang on, put your oar up, Thomas. That's it.
Grab hold of it. I grab it. Oh, silly man.
Right,
I got that.
flick it up. Hey, good one. Oh, is your toe open? Is your toe alright? Let me see. Is it alright? You shut up. This one. You little one. Your flip flop went over there. Oh dear, maybe we're not in the best footwear to play football. What do you think? Well, that was another really enjoyable evening. We've all stayed up a bit too late, but we're heading back now. The sun was shining. We had fish tacos by the sea and play in the canoe. So yeah, very, very nice. So to talk about what I was going to talk about before, how are we going to, as a nation, get over this mass influx of EVs and being able to charge them all at the same time? Now, initially, I was a bit sceptical about smart chargers, and it wasn't just the smart chargers themselves. It was the using the battery from the EV to power your house. Now, I was completely against that. For me, if you want to use a battery to power your house from your solar, that makes brilliant sense. But don't use your car. Just get a battery and put it in your house, and then use that, because your car is your car and your house is your house. Let's keep them separate. But when I think about it more now, perhaps not as your first choice, but perhaps as a alternative, a fallback, that could work. So let me explain what I'm thinking. You come home at 5:30 and you plug your car in, along with 40 other people in your street. You will tell your smart charger, or it could be your car, that the next time you need your car is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So it can work out then how long it's going to take to charge the car. Now, between 5:30 and 7 o'clock the next morning, with the best will in the world, you're not going to need to charge from 5:30. So your smart charger can then work out, along with all the other smart chargers in the street, who needs what power at what time. And then it will start charging the cars incrementally through the night. That only works to a point, because once we get over a certain amount of cars, then obviously everybody wants their cars ready for 7 o'clock the next morning. At some point there's going to be a high load on that system. So that's where potentially the battery powering the house, so the battery from the car powering the house, will come into play. So perhaps at 9 o'clock at night, a couple of the cars will switch to battery to power the owners' houses, to enable 2 other cars in the street to charge up. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, that will switch back again to enable the car that was using its battery to power the house. That battery can then be charged up. We are looking at renewable energy. Price of solar panels are coming down. Tesla are now releasing solar panels that actually look like roof tiles, which for somebody like me, that's a massive deal, because as much as I'm for solar power, the thought of putting big solar blocks on my roof, it put me off. But either way, the price of everything is coming down. So more and more people have solar power, there'll be more wind power, so the draw on the grid will be less. But I think we are probably a decade away at least from that actually making a big enough difference to offset the amount of EVs that are coming into the market. For me, that's my view on smart chargers. I think after initially being really skeptical about them, I'm actually quite pro them now, and I think that with the right research and with the right structure in place, they could work. And let's be honest, we have to do something. We can't just allow this rollout of EVs across the country and all be singing and dancing in the streets because we've all converted to EVs, because the national grid just won't cope with it. So we've got to do something. We've got to think about what we're going to do now, and it looks like potentially the government are on board, and there's schemes around the country that are trialling things now. So that's really, really good. I'm really pleased with that. Well, that brings an end to another really long day, but really enjoyable day. It's so great when the sun's shining like this. We can get out and do so much with the kids. If you've enjoyed today's vlog, then please remember to like it and share it. And if you're not doing so already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much.